This is the first weekend of early voting in several metro Atlanta counties, and there are some changes that you should know about after Governor Brian Kemp signed an election reform law back in the spring. Joe Ripley checks in on voter confidence at the polls in Fulton County.
I just don't want the rush on the actual voting day, mainly to avoid that and just, get it out of the way early.
Whether it's beating the crowds or getting a jump start on their civic duty, Georgians like John Tolles are taking advantage of this early voting period.
It was smooth compared to last year. I did all mail-in last year because the pandemic and everything.
Georgia's new election law has some changes to this year's voting process. Voting hours may be more limited this time around, depending on which county you live in. Sundays are now optional for early voting, and that also varies by county. Absentee ballot drop boxes are also limited to just 1 per 100,000 voters. And unlike library book returns, voters can only use absentee ballot drop boxes in certain polling locations during voting hours.
Kind of defeats the purpose if you have to actually show up and come in to vote to be able to use the drop box. I mean, I guess it's more convenient. It gets you in and out faster to just use the drop box, but if it was available all the time, it would be much easier for people.
The C.T. Martin Natatorium and Rec Center is one of 24 early voting locations here in Fulton County, and only one of 8 early voting locations in the county to have absentee ballot drop boxes.
It wasn't no different. It was the same, but the people inside there is more helpful. They were more kind and more friendly.
One election worker told me Fulton County had not experienced major issues at the polls and made sure to have more experienced staff on hand. This comes after Fulton County officials admitted that 2 workers were fired after allegedly shredding batches of voter registrations. Voters still seem to have confidence, though, with the Atlanta mayor's race topping the ballot for many. Already more than 11,000 people have voted early in Fulton County in just 5 days. In the 2019 municipal election, about 10,500 people voted early in that 15-day period.
It's the only say you have in the way things are run. It's important, and if you can make the effort